A very good morning, dear students. In this video, I am going to explain about the continuation of general chemical properties of group 15 elements. In that, the second one. First one we have seen in last class, that is about oxidation states. Now, the second chemical property is maximum valency, covalency. So, covalency is expenditure of its valency. What is meant by valency? It is the property to make number of bonds by an element or atom is known as valency. If any atom tries to expand its valency, then that is said to be covalency. Now, covalency of nitrogen is 4. Usually, nitrogen can able to form only 3 bonds. By using its lone pair of electrons, it can able to form the 4th bond also. Okay, so the covalency of nitrogen is just 4. It cannot expand its octet because of the absence of vacant d orbitals. Okay, see here, nitrogen cannot expand its octet because of the absence of vacant d orbital. If you see nitrogen, in nitrogen its outermost configuration is 2s2 2p3. Okay, there is no vacant d orbital. So due to the absence of vacant d orbital, it is not tried to expand its covalency more than 4. It can stop with the covalency as 4. Okay, and next one, nitrogen does not form pentahalides like NF5 and NCl5. So these are pentahalides, pentafluoride and pentachloride. So these type of pentahalides does not form by the nitrogen. This is also again because of the same reason, that is due to the absence of vacant d orbitals. But other elements covalency can be +5 or +6. Example, PF5, phosphorus can form pentahalides. This is due to containing at least vacant d orbitals in phosphorus. By using such vacant d orbitals by the phosphorus, it tries to expand its covalency into +5 and can able to form this pentafluoride. Like that, even other elements like arsenic, antimony and bismuth can also shows the covalency as +4, +6. Okay, that means it tries to form 6 bonds around it. Phosphorus can form phosphorus hexafluoride, and antimony can also form antimony hexafluorides. That means covalency of other elements will be +5 or +6, but nitrogen is just +4. This is due to the absence of vacant d orbitals. Okay, now other elements covalency of that is about the maximum covalency. Now another chemical property is formation of hydrides. When they can able to form hydrides if they react with hydrogen, that is the next chemical property, reaction with hydrogen. So whenever these group elements reacts with hydrogen, they can able to form hydrides. So covalent, these halides are covalent in nature. Okay, covalent hydrides or trihydrides. Here E indicates 15th group element. It may be nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony or bismuth. In general, we can represent that 15th group elements as E. Okay, when they react with hydrogen, they can form trihydrides. So these trihydrides are gaseous in nature and covalent in nature. Example, ammonia. NH3 is gaseous in nature. PH3 is phosphate. Arsine, that is ASH3, stibine, SbH3, bismuthine, that is BiH3. All these are trihydrides because 15th group elements. In place of E, what is present? 15th group elements are substituted. So these 15th group elements, trihydrides, are always gaseous in nature. How they are prepared? Whenever binary metal compounds, these are binary metal compounds. When they undergo hydrolysis, they can be converted into corresponding hydrides. So these hydrides are prepared when binary metal compounds undergo hydrolysis. For example, calcium nitrate Ca3N2, when it reacts with the 6 moles of H2O. Okay, that is H2O I have written as HOH. Okay, so when it reacts with this, it can be converted into ammonia and releases calcium hydroxide. Like that, even calcium phosphide, when undergoes hydrolysis, it can be converted into phosphine. That is one of the hydride of phosphorus. Okay, so that is about the reaction with hydrogen or formation of hydrides. Now we'll see about the characteristics of the hydrides formed by the 15th group. Okay, so they can be containing basic strength, thermal stability, boiling point, and different reducing properties. Okay, such properties now we'll see for the formed hydrates. If you see basic strength, okay, hydrates are always considered to be Lewis bases. Hydrates of group 15 elements are always considered to be Lewis bases. This is due to containing lone pair of electrons on the central atom. What is central atom? Here phosphorus, and here nitrogen, and here arsenic, antimony, bismuth. All these are the central atoms. So due to containing lone pair of electrons on the central atoms, they can be acted as Lewis bases. If you see the basic strength, so basic strength is very high for the first elements or first hydrate formed by the elements. This try to decreases from down the group. Okay, among all, ammonia is highly basic and bismuth hydrate is least basic in nature. Now the second property, thermal stability. Whether they are stable or not can also be explained. Okay, ammonia and phosphine are highly stable. Bismuth hydrate is unstable. That means down the group, this basic nature, the stability, thermal stability decreases. Down the group, always thermal stability decreases. The first two hydrates are highly stable and last hydrate is unstable. Now reducing property. So this reducing character increases down the group. Reducing character increases down the group. This is due to direct proportionality property with the unstability. Whenever unstability increases, reducing property also increases. Among the given all hydrates, bismuth hydrate is highly unstable. So it is more reducing in nature. That means ammonia is least reducing and bismuth hydrate is more reducing character or more reducing in nature. That means reducing property of the hydrates of these group elements are directly proportional to their instability. Whatever the hydrate is highly unstable, that is containing more reducing property. Now we'll see about the another property of hydrate, that is boiling point. These boiling points increases when we move down the group. So when we move down the group, automatically the boiling points of the hydrates increases. So see ammonia. So but this is not applicable for ammonia. So ammonia is more containing more boiling point than the phosphine. So this is due to making a strong hydrogen bonds. Okay, so because of having strong hydrogen bond between the nitrogen and hydrogen, the boiling point of ammonia is very high when compared to phosphine. That is about the boiling points of hydrates of group 15. And last property is about solubility. Ammonia is completely soluble in water. Why it is completely soluble in water? Because it tries to make hydrogen bond with the water molecule so that it is completely soluble in water. So these hydrates are covalent and pyramidal in shape. Okay, almost all of the hydrates of these group 15 elements are covalent in nature and they are pyramidal in shape. This is due to participates in sp3 hybridization. So due to participates in sp3 type of hybridization, they tries to exist in pyramidal shape. And bond angle is 107 degrees, almost 107 degrees, and this bond angle decreases down the group. Okay, so this is due to increase in the size. So due to increase in the size, the bond angle of 107 degrees decreases down the group. For example, ammonia contains the bond angle as 107, whereas phosphine contains only 94 degrees as the bond angle. Arsenic hydride is containing only 92. Is this less than the phosphine? Yes. That means when we move down the group, automatically the bond angle gets decreases. This is due to increase in the atomic size. Okay, and this is the structure of ammonia. If you see the ammonia structure, it is in pyramidal shape. The central atom is nitrogen. Okay, around nitrogen, 3 hydrogen atoms are present with a single bonds, whereas the fourth hybrid orbital is occupied by the lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen. This is about the pyramidal shape of ammonia. So ammonia is one of the hydride of nitrogen atom present in the 15th group. So that is about the hydrides and their characteristics. Now we'll see about another chemical property, formation of halides. When they can form halides, whenever group 15 elements reacts with halogen. Okay, what are halogens? 17th group elements are known as halogens and they are indicated by X. Okay, when these 17th group elements such as halogens undergo reaction with group 15 element, they can able to form halides. So they will form two types of halides, that is trihalides and pentahalides. What does E indicate here? That is the group 15 element. It may be nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony or bismuth. In general, we have represented by using the general letter, that is E. Okay, so when they combine with 3 halogen atoms, they can form trihalides. When group 15 elements combine with 5 halogen atoms, it can form pentahalides. Now we'll see about trihalides, how these trihalides are formed. See, this is the outermost general configuration of group 15 elements, that is NS2, NP3. We can also write this NP3 as NPX1, NPY1 and NPZ1. Whenever these 3 electrons present in NP orbital overlap with each other, then they can form then they can undergo sp3 hybridization, can able to form 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. That means around the 15th group element 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals are located. Okay, in that 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals involved in sigma bond formation with halogen atoms. Okay, so totally 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals are present around the central metal atom, central group 15 element. Okay, in that 3 can make sigma bonds with the coming halogen, and the 4th hybrid orbital is occupied by the lone pair of electrons, so that it can tries to exist in pyramidal shape. Trihalides always participates in sp3 hybridization. Due to that, it can form 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. Among the 4 hybrid orbitals, 3 are involved in the formation of sigma bonds with the halogens, and the 4th hybrid orbital is vacant and it is occupied by the lone pair of electrons present on the group 15 element. Due to participates in sp3 hybridization, it tries to exist in pyramidal shape. Now see, EX3, that is trihalides of group 15 elements are covalent. Okay, they are covalent except BiF3. Okay, except bismuth trifluoride. So this bismuth trifluoride is ionic in nature. Remaining all other trihalides are covalent in nature. If you see NX3, that is nitrogen trihalides, they are less stable compared to other trihalides. NX3 is less stable than other type of trihalides. So NF3 is stable because of having the smallest sizes of nitrogen and fluorine, and NCl3 is explosive in nature. NBr3, Ni3 are unstable or can exist in unstable ammoniates. NBr3 ammoniate, that is tribromide ammoniate, triiodoammoniate. This is explosive. Why it is explosive? Because of the presence, because they exist in dry state. Whenever this can exist in dry state, it shows explosive property. Okay, that is about the trihalides of the group 15 elements. Now we'll see about the pentahalides. Okay, pentahalides of nitrogen does not form. The reason we know, this is due to the absence of vacant d orbital. Because of the absence of vacant d orbital, nitrogen does not form pentahalide, but other elements of this group can able to form pentahalides. So they are having this structure, that is trigonal bipyramidal. So this is the group 15 element. Around it 5 halogen atoms are arranged in the manner of trigonal bipyramidal. So these 2 bonds are known as axial bonds, and these 3 are said to be equatorial. These 2 are axial and these 3 are equatorial. So axial bonds are containing the bond angle as 90 degrees. Equatorial bonds are containing the bond angle as 120 degrees. That is about the pentahalides of group 15 elements. Next, last general chemical property is formation of oxides. When they can form oxides? Whenever they are burnt in oxygen. Okay, when they react with oxygen, they tries to form these oxides. They can able to form 2 types of oxides, that is trioxides and pentoxides. That is of the formula E2O3 and E2O5. So nitrogen can also form other than this, nitrogen can also form other type of oxides, that is N2O, NO, NO2 and N2O4. These are the other type of oxides formed by the nitrogen along with these two. Okay, so if you see trioxides, these are known as trioxides. Nitrogen and phosphorus trioxides are always acidic in nature. Okay, trioxides of nitrogen and phosphorus are acidic in nature. Trioxides of arsenic and antimony are amphoteric. What is meant by amphoteric? So they are containing the properties of both acidic and basic nature. Okay, so these two are containing the properties of both acidic and basic nature, then that is said to be amphoteric. Whereas bismuth trioxide is completely basic in nature. So that is about the trioxides. Now pentoxides. Most of the pentoxides are acidic in nature, but this acidic property decreases down the group. So most of the pentoxides, these are pentoxides of group 15 elements. So pentoxides acidic nature decreases down the group, whereas N2O5 is strongest acid. Because so this is the pentoxide which is formed by the first member of this group, that is nitrogen, so that it is strongest acid. Okay, next, oxides of nitrogen. So if you see now oxides of nitrogen, nitrogen can able to form other type of oxides other than trioxides or pentoxide. In that the first one is N2O, that is neutral in state. NO, nitrogen monoxide, is also neutral in state. N2O3, trioxide. N2O4, tetroxides. N2O5, pentoxide, they are acidic in nature. Okay, next, phosphorus can also form two types of oxides, that is P4O6 and P4O10. So this is dimer of trioxide, this is dimer of pentoxides. Okay, so these two are the oxides of phosphorus. Always oxides of phosphorus can exist in dimeric state. Okay, arsenic hexoxide and antimony hexoxide and bismuth trioxide, they can be formed by heating them with oxygen. Okay, whenever these elements are heated with oxygen or heated on oxygen, they can be converted into these trioxides. Okay, these type of oxides of bismuth, antimony and arsenic are formed by heating these elements on oxygen. Okay, so that is about oxides of phosphorus and other elements. Pentoxides of arsenic and antimony can be formed. Okay, arsenic and antimony can able to form pentoxides, whereas bismuth pentoxide, that is B2O5, is not formed. Why it is not formed? Due to inert pair effect. About inert pair effect in last video I have explained. So due to the presence of such inert pair effect by the bismuth, it do not form bismuth pentoxide. Okay, so that is about the general chemical properties of these group 15 elements. In next video I am going to explain about the compounds present in this group 15 element. In that only we want to know about the compounds of nitrogen. So what is meant by compound? When two or more elements combine together to form another chemical one, that is known as compound. So in next videos we'll see about the chemical compounds of the group 15 elements. Thank you.